Hey everyone, hope you're having an awesome Friday. Um, I just wanted to go over a couple setups in the market today. I did take one trade, which I was pretty proud of, and let's just get right into it and go over it. Just as a kind of forewarning, I haven't been playing equities as much simply because this market has been absolutely wild, one of the hardest markets that I've had to experience in my trading career so far. So when that happens, simply move to the ES and NQ markets. Just trade the markets themselves if you find yourself struggling. Size down, I can't stress that enough. Play with minimal positioning size, maybe even a quarter of your original positioning size or amount of money. For example, let's say normally you put on a position of $400, a quarter of that would be $100. So find an option contract worth $100 or position size of $100, you name it. But it definitely helps with easing the nerves and just calming down, and really makes for a clearer trade here. This is actually a decent short setup that we're watching here right now. Failed to double top. Anyway, see, that's kind of how my mind works. I just kind of like look to see where different trade setups could be, high quality setups, but just kind of in general here. So let's just get right into it. As always, we start on a higher time frame analysis. So we start from the daily. As you can see, we're still starting off here. We're really, now we've just been kind of basing out, consolidating. If we go on a weekly chart, you'll be able to see it a little bit more clear. Actually, I'll just go on to a clear chart. You can kind of see that we have this nice bottoming wick here. So in all honesty, it looks like we're kind of getting ready for another melt up here. Again, I'm not a magic 8 ball and I can't predict the market. For all I know, we could just be basing down again. But typically when you see a nice candle like this with a huge bottoming wick, I'd really like to see us close strong today. But the weekly candle is looking bullish in my opinion. So I would really like this candle to close green, and that would convince me to be that we're going to be going back up. But in terms of just got to stay objective, not biased. So you can see that we've clearly been consolidating in this range here. I'll draw a little rectangle here for you guys to see it. So you kind of see that we are consolidating in this range here, and in this little box, that wasn't the best color to choose, but you get the idea. So I don't think we're gonna have any big moves until we get out of this range. So that's going to be pretty crucial. I would like us to see us, move back up. I really don't like trading, this kind of action, or just kind of pick a direction at this point, which I think we'll see more next week. So that was kind of the idea here. And then breaking it down even further on a supply and demand kind of point of view, we saw some key zones here. All right, so if we go down to the 3-hour chart, which was the first key zone here, we said that this 3-hour demand was a really good one. And how is it really good, you may ask? Well, look at this move. We had a nice violent move creating this 3-hour demand, and we've been, kind of touching this, one time here, 2 times, well, 3 times, 4 times, you name it. So it's been getting pretty beat up, but it has been producing a nice reaction every time we touch it, which is nice. So we also created more 3-hour demand here, another 3-hour demand today. So it's really nice to see demand get created inside demand. So the plan was, the way I create plans in nowadays is kind of, have a pre-market plan, but also be ready to adapt intraday. And it's super important to be able to adapt intraday because we really don't know what's going to happen, right? And we look for context clues intraday. So what do I look for? Well, let's break it down. So there was a couple setups that I was looking at actually. The first one that I did, I paper traded this one just because I was testing it out, but I'm going to own it. It was a break-even trade, I think. Let me see. I think it was on NQ actually. Oops, I can't type today. Pretty sure it was on NQ. And then I'll show you the trade I actually took. Let's see. Yes, it was on NQ. Worked out for a break-even. Yep. I took it short here, right at this 30-minute supply zone. This box here you see is a 30-minute supply zone. So let's just pretend we only see here now. So there was a 5-minute supply zone here that also created a violent drop. We had a failed 5-minute rally-based rally. We were below VWAP. Also at that time, ES was coming into a supply zone. If we look at, was it 1020-ish? Or maybe not a supply zone, but double, yeah, so we were also in a supply zone here, another 5-minute supply zone, so same thing. So it had a lot of confirmations. VIX was also, I think, coming into a demand zone, which is what you want to see when you take the market short. And the target was kind of the low of day here. We didn't make it there, and that's why I stopped out for break even. But we kind of came down. I could have easily taken profit here, right? I could have taken profit for about 10-15% gain. But, I stuck to my plan, and sometimes it doesn't always work out. And we didn't hit this 13,900 area, this 13,875 area that I was looking at to take profit. And we ended up coming right back and stopping out for break even. And that's okay. And I said, all right, well, where's the next best setup here? Then I saw ES. So then I looked at ES. And then I saw us creating kind of this triangle pattern here. We made it a higher low in demand. I know that Carmine took this out of demand here, right at this, I think above 4,300. I missed it. Wasn't really, sure of it. We were bottoming out here. I know that there was also kind of a head and shoulders pattern going on here. We have a shoulder here, a head here, and a shoulder here. So we could have taken it here. I just completely missed it, and that's okay. I'm not going to see all of it. I don't think I was actually looking at this at the time. So then I said, all right, where else can I get long in? Because the target was 4-hour supply. And that would have been my target if I took it here. I might have stopped out, break even here. I don't know. But again, I've talked about this in my previous videos. If the target has not been hit yet, look for an area to get long. And that's exactly what happened. So you can see us creating this triangle pattern here. And I was looking for a breakout simply because we had a higher low here. We did have a lower high. So if we kind of broke below, excuse me, then I maybe would have looked to take short, but not really likely. So yeah, definitely not looking to take a short, and simply because we have too many strong demand zones down here. And obviously long was the better option here simply because we had some nice buying pressure here, and that's exactly what we got. We got nice buying pressure here, and we broke out. Now, I didn't immediately take it, as soon as we broke out of it, right? Because this could have easily rejected and came back down and consolidated a little bit more before breaking out again. So we did my favorite technique, which is the rocket ship technique. It's a pullback strategy, a retest strategy. Pretty much when you see this happen, we kind of have a rocket ship fuel up. We know the rocket runs out of gas, needs a little bit more fuel, so collects more buyers, more orders down here, fuels up for the move higher, and boom, here we go. We hit it 4 hours, and I'll show you what that looks like on a 1-minute time frame, just so you get a clearer picture. So we have the rocket ship up here. We come back down to grab more gas, more fuel, more orders, and boom, we strike back up and hit the 4-hour supply zone. So you can see my entry was here. This is the trade I did take, was at 10.52. So right as we saw buyers come back in and hold above this trend line here, consolidate above this kind of area, right above this little area here, and I got a little scared here, right? So a little psychology tip, my stop loss was below 43.21. It's been a key level, 43.20. If you've been following along with my videos, you've known that I've talked about this 43.20 area-ish as support and resistance, and it has been beautifully working out here. So we held above this level. Buyers stepped in, immediately came up, and I was like, oh, we're going to hit this immediately, and nope. Came back down. I got a little nervous, but then I remembered I had my plans in place, so if we came back down to 43.21, I would have stopped out. And I didn't stop out. I said, all right, I'm going to remain calm, right? This is normal. Pullbacks have to happen. We can't just move straight up. Unless you're this candle or this candle. But and then we ended up hitting it. And I thought I got this perfectly, and then we actually are coming up now and then coming back down. But as you can see, we're not, as long as you just catch a chunk of the move, that's all you need to do. And it was actually a decent gain on the contracts. Not my favorite. It was maybe 15, 16, 17% on the contracts. But I played a week out, and I played contracts with like 0.2 delta. This is simply because I was testing the waters. Full disclosure on that. But, if I was playing same day or next week with higher deltas, more expensive contracts, this would have easily been a pretty big winner. Or not a big winner, but a decent sized winner. So I hope you guys learned a little bit from that. And please let me know if you have any questions. And thank you so much for watching.